Greetings, YouTube. When Act 6 was announced, the uproar in the community was largely and justifiably due to the 4-star restrictions of the first part of Act 6. And the Chapter 1 4-star restrictions make perfect sense. I have done videos about why the uproar is justified. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to, including a student at Oklahoma State today who actually plays the game. And he has a 5-star blade and a 5-star Stark Spidey, but no 5-star Ghost Rider. So, of course, he always brings his 4-star Ghost Rider, and he's not looking forward to Act 6 because, of course, it's going to be much tougher because he doesn't have that beautiful Holy Trinity synergy. But the first time I read the content from my own perspective, because I haven't brought in 4 stars, even for synergy purposes, into any questing in at least a year, my first takeaway was not only the price of Cavalier crystals, but also the chance for 1 stars. I thought the price should have been higher, but most importantly, that the chance for 6 stars in these crystals should have been like the same chance of 6 stars as what we saw for the 5-star Kang or 5-star Thanos and the greater gifting crystals in December. Not that I don't want people to get 6 stars, but just because 6 stars are so much more powerful in the long run that Kabam keeps talking about how they don't want an imbalance in their game, and yet if these crystals were how I thought they'd be, you would be stupid to buy anything else with your units ever again if you were uncollected. And, not uncollected, but Cavalier. Well, sure enough, we have the early returns of these crystals in, and I'm going to show you 2 examples just in the last half an hour from the line app messages that I've been receiving of people who won the video game based off of these 200 units per crystal adventure. And so for Kabam to say that they don't want things to be imbalanced is a bold-faced lie, because these Cavalier crystals are doing exactly that. And personally, I look forward to trying to have some amount of units left after I explore the first path or the first part of Act 6 the next week, because I'm going to be throwing all of my units at these Cavalier crystals, because why in the world would I be spending them on anything else when they're 100 units cheaper than a Grandmaster featured crystal, have a 1% drop rate on a 6-star, and a crazy high 11% drop rate on 5 stars. So first, Papa Bear sent this over to me. 600 units spent on Cavalier crystals. The third one, he gets a 6-star Ghost. So one of the top 5 best 6 stars you can get, even with the AI issues we've seen with Ghost in this round of the latest patch update. And yet, 200 units for a Ghost? Kabam usually charges 200 units so you can smell a Tier 1 Alpha. That's incredible. So this is the first example of the Cavalier crystals being truly insane and a true imbalance of the game when it comes to 5 stars and 6 stars now in crystals. But we have a nice look at 10 different crystals in the next video I'm going to show you, because Harding7 was nice enough to send this video where he got 2,000 units worth, or 10 crystals, which, just to give you an idea on unit-based deals, Kabam normally asks at best for 6-star shards for you to have a 1-to-2 ratio, meaning for every 1 6-star shard, they expect you to pay 2 units, or 1,000 6-star shards will cost you 2,000 units. Even in cash-based offers like, say, July 4th, we saw as a bonus to the Odin 2,500 6-star shards per Odin, limit 3, 7,500 6-star shards total. So for 75% of a 6-star, you would have to spend $300 worth of Odin purchases to get the bonus shards. And normally it's much worse than that, even for store offers. So 2,000 units is not a lot for a chance at a 6-star, but they say it's 1% on these drop rates, right? So what could happen? Well, let's look at this video and kind of watch together these 10 crystals, because I think it is truly fascinating. It's also amazing that you can see 3 stars in the same reel as 6 stars. All right, so the first one we get, 3-star Thor. All right, just like a Grandmaster featured crystal, normally you get a 3-star. But hey, at least it's 200 units for a 3-star instead of 300. Now he quick taps the second one, and we go from a Spidey Gwen to a 6-star Korg on his second 200 crystal. Absolutely insane. These Cavalier crystals are insane. That's probably going to be the title of this video. Then he quick taps the third one. I mean, who cares if you get all 3 stars? You just got a 6-star. And sure enough, rolls over a 3-star Red Skull for a 3-star Daredevil. No big deal. Whatever. Now we have a 4th Cavalier crystal for a fast tap. Seems to be working well. And we go from a 3-star Emma to a 4-star Taskmaster. Not bad. Certainly, you get some 5-star shards with that champion. And so he's going to click out of that. Keep in mind, 6-star Korg. 6-star Korg. The 1% drop rate has already been achieved in the first, really, 2. Now he's going to go to... Are you freaking kidding me? A 6-star Corvus Glaive. 2 6-stars in 5 crystals. 2 6-star champs for 1,000 units. And keep in mind, that's 2 of the best 6-stars in the game in Korg and Corvus. Maybe Corvus being the best. And then you go for a 3-star Heimdall. Whatever. I mean, at this point, he just won. I mean, that's the best use of 1,000 crystals. 1,000 units worth of crystals I have ever seen. Seaton did hold the previous record, of course. Oh, by the way, 5-star Captain America with his insane Grandmaster Featured Crystal 20 opening, which is still the gold standard for those. I think that'll be tough to ever have that be beat. But you can't really compete with 2 6-stars in the span of 200 units per crystal. And on top of that, have it be 2 of the best 6-stars in the game. That 6-star Korg awakened, Lord help us all. And the 6-star Corvus, of course, doesn't need to be awakened to be a top 5 attacking champ, especially as a 6-star. And then 5-star Satan herself makes an appearance. We've got 2 6-stars, 2 5-stars. So we also got some 6-star shards out of this. And so just absolute insanity on these drop rates. It's breaking me. And then we end with a 3-star Moon Knight. Whatever. So when we scroll left again, there you have it. 10 crystals, right? A 5-star Corvus, or excuse me, a 6-star Corvus. I'm so not used to saying 6 stars with Grandmaster Feature Crystals. 6-star Corvus, 6-star Korg, 5-star Captain America, 5-star Kamala Khan, saying herself, for 2,000 units. Why in the world would you spend your units on any other crystal from now on than these Cavalier crystals? I don't care how many units it takes for you to get through the content in Act 6 to become Cavalier. I'm stunned, YouTube. I'm absolutely stunned. And I'm excited for Harding 7. You know, congrats on getting through the content enough to get that Cavalier title. But for Kabam to come out today, for example, and I understand why they changed the Tier 5 class Catalyst rates, because it would be pretty fast to have enough Tier 5 class Catalyst fragments to get a Rank 3 6-star all at once, even though 8,000 units is ridiculous to pay for 900 Tier 5 class Catalyst fragments per crystal. Compare 8,000 units to these crystals, right? Which you can get, 40 crystals for 8,000 units? I'd much rather get 40 of these than 5 Tier 5 class Catalyst fragment crystals. I mean, yes, there are other things like 3 Tier 2 alphas, but in general, these crystals are insane. And anytime you can get, I mean, I've never gotten but maybe once 2 5-stars from 10 crystals, and it's the same old drop rates, but 2 6-stars with Korg and Corvus, YouTube, it seriously is breaking me. And I do think this was my fear when I read the Act 6 description the first time, that the price of these being so low and the drop rates being so high, for those of you that are just trying to be uncollected, or maybe you're still unable to bring in the 5-star roster or certainly 6-star roster that it takes to compete with Act 6, the divide right now between the uncollected and the Cavalier is like the divide between expired ramen, assuming it even expires, and like the finest steak you've ever had. And so I do feel personally pressure to even try to get my Cavalier title faster than I thought. But I have a lot of work to do between now and Friday. But the good news is next week is my spring break. And though I have about 55 hours of grading, I am going to take plenty of breaks to try to defeat Act 6. I'll be doing the grind probably for the next part of the Nick Fury Intel event tonight and kind of jump into that. And then I'll be exploring Act 6 in the coming week. Congrats to so many of you who have sent me screenshots and tips of Act 6. I truly appreciate it. And congrats on you becoming Cavalier, such as Harding 7. And also, congrats to Papa Bear. Dang, these crystals. They are insane. They break me. Congratulations to everybody getting 6 stars, but to everybody else, it's like these are bust. That is the current state of the game. These crystals have made everything else incredibly unbalanced, and that's really Kabam's goal. So anytime they tell you they don't want an unbalanced game, just remember these crystals and know that's really, really not true.